Black Beacon had its fair share of issues when it launched. It dropped from 4.4 stars all the way down to 1.6 at its lowest. I covered all of this. I gave my input. The devs, after a whole week of silence, decided to address it. They remedied the situation. It should have been smooth sailing from here, but it wasn't. 1.1 looked phenomenal. I was incredibly excited. I did a video titled Black Beacon 1.1 looks sick, but they messed up again. The first time, they showed a complete disregard for global players. This time, they're showing a complete disregard for free players by introducing entire events specifically for paying players. I understand they probably lost a lot of their original audience, the people, the players that were interested in the game, but that doesn't mean you milk every single person left. Now, let's go ahead and take a look what happened. Game is showing its true colors, chat. You thought it already showed its true colors? All right, first, pay to win events of the game. Pay to win, chat, in Black Beacon in its very first patch. Y'all think that's legit? Y'all think they would actually do that? Would they genuinely make their game pay to win in the first patch? This is the patch that would solidify player faith, that would solidify its community. This is the very first patch that will set the tone for the game. Will Black Beacon succeed? Will Black Beacon fail? This is entirely dependent on how good the first patch is. First, pay to win event, Master of Eternity. After the update on 30th of May, that's tomorrow, through the 21st of June 2025, details: boost G-Sha combat power and climb your way into the top ranking. Boost your character's combat power. So you know what that means, right? The more dupes you get of the character, the more dupes you get of his weapon. So wait, so this is a genuine event, the Master of Eternity. This is a genuine event for all players that lasts almost an entire month, where you were rewarded the more you spend on character dupes and weapon dupes. What? So they are wait. I'm sorry. I need to just take a second here to process this. Is the game doing so poorly? Genuinely, is the game doing so poorly? Because this is my unique perspective on this, okay? What this sounds like is they are holding an event targeted towards players spending, motivating you to spend money. Because the more money you spend, the more combat power G-Sha will obtain, and the higher you will climb in your ranking. The higher your ranking is, the more rewards you'll get, I guess, is the theme here. So they are earning so little, they are trying to get people to spend more money. This is not an event to reward players. This is not an event for content. It looks like this event is literally just to tell you you need to spend more money to increase the power of the characters, so that gives them more in terms of monthly revenue. That is wild. They did nuke the game at the beginning. I mean, you're not wrong. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. What are you rewarded with? Wait, hold on. Okay. The top 10% of G-Shaw's combat power in the global server. Wait, global server. Oh, wait. Hold on. Is this event not for China? Wait, is this only global? No, wait, chat. No, come on. Is there a Chinese version of this event? It's not just global trying to do this, right? I don't think so. That's horrible. Maybe it's if this is for global. Yeah, I think China has it too. I would hope so. I mean, this is terrible no matter how you look at it, but they do state top 10% of combat power of global server. You are rewarded with rune shards, which are the premium currency gems, 20 Fire of Hefe large, and 25 large gift certificates. So, oh my god, they yeah, didn't learn a thing. Yeah, but there are 2 images, chat, so this may may actually be okay. They may find a way to salvage this. This is an extra event for whales, but yeah, still a fucked up event. Well, here's the thing, okay? It's not just an event for whales. This is an event that they put time and effort and resources into. They could have made an event for players to enjoy that rewards everyone, okay? But this is an event that will only reward the top 10%. Not you, not me. We can't even participate in this. This is an entire event excluding 90% of us. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. There is another image though. Echoes of the Past, the Resting Bell. This launches at the same time. Defeat the boss, the Resting Bell, Abyss, within the time limit and be on the top of the ranking board to receive rewards. Wait, so if you're in the top 10, you get 50 rune shards and 5 lost time keys. If you're 11 to 50, you get the same thing but only 3 lost time keys. If you're 51 to 300, you get the same but only 1 lost time key. And pretty much if you don't make it into the top 300, you get nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is his ranking 301. It doesn't say 301 to, you know, infinite, the rest of the players. Now, I might be misinterpreting that, but how I see this is, here is an event where you need to be one of the top 300 players to receive anything at all. And I also want to point out, these are fucking standard keys, standard pulls. These aren't even limited pulls. Why on earth would they reward players with standard pulls? What? What the hell? So chat, this is Black Beacon 3.1, okay? You have a really cool character, G-Shaw. I've seen this character. I saw what they were gonna do with him, what they were offering. It is so cool. I was incredibly excited. I was on their Discord. I was talking about how I was gonna react to it. I made a video titled Black Beacon 1.1 looks sick. And then this happens. This right here happens. If you are in the top 10% of global players that have boosted your G-Shaw's combat power, you will be rewarded. An entire event telling global players to spend as much money as they can because you need to be in the top 10%. If you drop to, you know, the 11%, you need to spend more than the other person to ensure you're back in the top 10%. And then they hold an event where you need to be within the top 301 players to even receive a reward, and under the top 300 to receive any additional rewards. 2 different events, chat. Master of Eternity, Echoes of the Past, the Resting Bell. There are 2 entire events planned that literally ignored the vast majority of the players, because the vast majority of players are free-to-play players. Why? Like, other than trying to milk as much money as they can from people, from their players, what other purpose would creating 2 different events serve the majority of their player base? Don't do the event. Yeah, you don't have to do the event, but these 2 events could have been events for all players, right? This isn't about the events being for whales. This is about the events not being for everyone else. This isn't about, you know, this isn't a case of, well, you know, it's not targeted towards you. You don't have to do it. This is specifically pertaining to the fact that they could have made these events about us. They could have made these events inclusive, but they chose not to. They could have rewarded everyone here, but they chose not to. They have chosen to only reward the top % of players that spend. Everyone else, there's no participation rewards. So nobody gets rewarded other than that top %. The best grinding strat for these events is getting a job. Exactly. Dude, that blows my mind, man. Holy shit on a stick. Needs all the goodwill it can get right now. It's pretty clear the direction this game is heading. Yeah. It's just sad how they're handling this game. Yep. They're barely afloat. Now they poked a huge hole just to sink. It's fun while it lasted. The rewards also suck ass. You could have made the rewards better for the whales. Probably trying to screw the whales too. What I'm hoping is they're not just doing this and then they're gonna bail. I hope this isn't just an attempt to milk as much money as they can before an end of service. Genuinely hope that's not the case. I'm saying because of patch 1 fiasco that happened recently, they lost a hefty amount of money. So by doing a whale event this early indicates their urgent need of funds rather than profit. But that's not good. Like that right there, that is terrible. You don't milk your players. You don't abuse your players. You don't seek to, like, you don't release a patch catered around making as much money as you can. You release a good patch to keep players around long term. God damn. It is going to be EOS who wants to play this game that looks like it's from 2050. I thought it looked good, chat. I thought the game looked good. Rewards are pretty bad. This sort of event, if you can call it that, is so bad. Agreed. Doesn't bother me as long as the rest of the game stays generous. I mean, doesn't bother me sees multiple events catered specifically to generating as much revenue as possible at the expense of content. It doesn't matter if they give you a few free polls here and there, if everything else is all about milking you for every cent they can. So it's like an easy event skip. Yeah, multiple event skips. What is the point of making this? It looks bad. Why just make events that everyone can get the same amount? It's to trick whales into spending more to win. They need the money. This is not a good sign. So yeah, that is actually pay to win. That's pay to win. Yep, 100%. You're paying to get more. You're paying to get further. You're paying to achieve things that other people don't. What a fucking shame. Ignoring free-to-play players is a stupid move. It is. They're not rewarding free-to-play players with more than one different event, 2 different events that are ignoring free players. That is sad. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.